Welcome back to the deep dive. Okay, so today our mission is digging into Vinari OS 5.0, codename Krypton.
Mm-hmm.
We're basing this on a review that asks a pretty interesting question. Can a small Linux distro actually give you, big performance?
Yeah, and the source kicks off strong, calling it a really nice Linux system right away. That's quite the first impression.
It is. So what's it actually built on? What's under the hood?
Well, that's the interesting part. It's not some totally experimental thing. It uses Debian 13 as its base.
Okay, Debian 13, so stable.
Exactly. That means you get that core stability baked right in. And then on top, they're using the GNOME 48 desktop, which looks, modern, smooth.
GNOME 48, so visually polished and reliable from the start then.
Pretty much, you get both.
Okay, hold on though. Debian 13 is the latest stable. Sometimes when smaller projects jump on the absolute newest base, things can get a bit shaky. Bugs creep in.
That's a fair point.
So how did they manage that? Balancing the new foundation with performance?
It seems to come down to how they've put it together. Their specific configuration and resource management. They didn't just dump the latest stuff in. They've apparently optimized it.
Optimized how?
Well, the result is it's really usable straight away, especially if you're maybe newer to Linux. It's kind of like it comes furnished.
Furnished, meaning?
Meaning your web browser, office tools, that kind of stuff, it's already there, pre-installed. So you skip that whole initial setup headache that sometimes puts people off.
Right. Okay. That makes sense for usability.
Yeah.
So it's stable, it's ready to go. How does that translate to speed? Especially like on older computers, that's often the promise of Linux, right?
Yeah, and here's the really interesting performance bit from the review. They tested it on a dual-core laptop, only 4 gigs of RAM.
Okay, that's not a powerhouse by today's standard.
Not at all. And it apparently ran well, didn't bog down. The key technical detail mentioned was its low memory use when it's just sitting there, idle.
Ah, low idle RAM usage.
Exactly. So the OS itself isn't hogging resources. When you actually do something, like open Firefox or LibreOffice, the power is there for the app. It launches quickly, less lag.
That low footprint really is the key for older hardware. And what about tweaking it, making it your own? Sometimes Linux customization means diving into config files.
Right, but the source highlighted that Vinari OS tries to be user-friendly there too.
How so?
Comes with a simple tool, lets you change themes, fonts, the dock layout, stuff like that.
Without needing the command line.
Apparently so, which is a big deal, right? It lowers the barrier. You don't need to be a Linux expert just to personalize your desktop a bit. Plus, it supports common app formats, so adding extra software is easier too.
Okay, this is all sounding very positive. Stable, fast on old-ish hardware, easy to use, easy to customize. Where's the catch? There's always a trade-off.
Well, yeah. If you connect the dots, the main one is probably the community size. It's a smaller project, newer on the scene.
Meaning finding help could be harder if you hit a weird problem, like my specific Wi-Fi chip isn't working or something.
Exactly. That's the risk you take with a smaller distro. While the Debian base helps with big stability things, getting help for really niche, uncommon hardware issues, that might take longer. You might be waiting for a fix.
So you're potentially on your own a bit more if things go really wrong.
Potentially, yeah.
Right.
That's the reality. And the review mentioned a couple of other things to keep in mind.
Okay.
One is that GNOME 48, while they've made it efficient, it is still a full-featured modern desktop. So on really ancient computers, like think a very limited RAM, maybe single core, it might still feel sluggish.
Gotcha. Not magic for all old hardware.
Right. And the other thing was about the look and feel. The review called it opinionated.
Opinionated?
Yeah.
What does that mean in this context? Like, it has strong ideas about how it should look.
Pretty much. The default theme, the dock at the bottom, that setup is kind of fixed. It's chosen for you.
Ah, okay. So if you're someone who wants, like, total minimalism or you want to build your desktop from scratch visually, this probably isn't it.
Likely not. If you want that level of control, Vinari OS 5.0 might feel a bit restrictive.
Okay, so opinionated look, stable core, ready to use, good on moderately older hardware. What's the final verdict then? How did this source rate it overall?
Overall, pretty positive. It got a solid 8 out of 10. The reviewer praised that mix of stability, the modern features from GNOME, and, yeah, the performance on modest hardware.
An 8 out of 10 is pretty good.
It is. And if you're listening and thinking, maybe this is for me, the absolute most important advice from the source was this.
Let me guess. Try before you install.
Exactly. Always try it from a live USB stick first.
Right. Boot it up, see if your Wi-Fi works, your printer, graphics, all that jazz, without touching your main system.
Precisely. It's the essential test drive. Make sure it actually works well on your specific computer before you commit.
Excellent advice. So our deep dive into Krypton suggests that, yeah, sometimes these smaller, stable distros, if they build on the right foundation, can actually deliver surprisingly good performance.
Worth exploring.
Definitely. Maybe go see how much extra life you can squeeze out of that old laptop you've got lying around. Thanks for diving in with us today.